the big news that we heard, courtesy of Brian McTaggart. Framber Valdez, Astros opening day starter, said this on Friday. He has not been approached about an extension and likely hits free agency at the season's end. This is a tricky one, right? On one hand, Framber statistically is one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball over the last couple of years. Durability, ERA. He has been incredibly consistent since he shook off that World Series against the Braves. For the most part. There, of course, are the occasional, what is he thinking? But if you take a look at the body of work, he has been incredibly consistent and relatively durable compared to most other starters in baseball over that stretch. Is this another person you can afford to let walk? Because it's very doubtful that the Astros trade Framber Valdez at the trade deadline while he's still on the books, barring some sort of absolutely disastrous season. On the other hand, you have his what is he doing moments, which happen. Sometimes they happen in the playoffs. Recently, the last couple of years, he has been very disappointing in the playoffs, specifically the last 2 seasons, no matter what he's been in the regular season along the way. Can you really afford to let this one walk? Especially when you realize that the Astros have a lot of salary leaving the books after this season's done. Are you going to let this guy walk, or is this something that the Astros actually come back to the table and try to get a deal done with? It's definitely not a good sign that this is where things are at this moment in time, that he hasn't even been approached about an extension. If you are the Astros and you want to keep this guy around, you'd probably already have done it, at least if it was some sort of a serious offer. So are they going to do like they did with Alex Bregman, where they feign interest and respect everything that the guy has done here, but don't actually put together a serious offer for him? I think it's on the table. This is one of those ones where I'm glad I don't have to make the decision. I think I would make it happen, though. I mean, the problem that you have right now, all this depth that you have from a pitching perspective, all your guys are hurt. You know, I mean, Christian Javier, where does he start the year? 60-day IL. Luis Garcia just had a setback. Conceptually, you have an incredible amount of pitching depth, but Lance McCullers, we finally saw him for the first time in a while last week. How long is that going to last, you know? Hate to say it like that. And then you got this guy who, of all the pitchers with this Astros barber surgeon medical staff that seemingly has guys losing their Tommy Johns once a week, and I'm exaggerating a lot here, but this guy's been a model of consistency. Is there some way that you can keep him around at least on some sort of short-term deal that makes sense? Can you do something for 3 years, 4 years? Is it possible to bring him back for a couple, especially considering you will have more money to play with after this coming season? They definitely have to think about it. I hope that this is not a period. This Framber Valdez saying on Friday that he has not been approached about an extension and that he'll likely hit free agency at season's end. I really hope that some conversations are had between now and the end of the regular season, because this is a guy that, no matter how crazy he gets, is going to be really hard to replace.
I don't think there's any chance he comes back.
I'm having a hard time seeing it too. He's left-handed, as Todd the Show brings up.
It's also here's a guy who signed this past offseason. Are you prepared to give Framber Valdez Max Fried money? 8 years, $218 million?
No.
How about Blake Snell money? 5 years, 182.
Oh, damn, that's how much that is.
Yeah, like this is just like, it's not realistic that the Astros are going to sign Framber Valdez to this kind of money.
Can they do the little,
that's why I don't even think they're going to feign interest. They're just going to be like, yeah, come on.
But can they do the wink, wink, nudge, nudge? Hey, remember all the times we wore the jersey you wanted? Hey, remember those times? Hey, the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, like, listen, like, you understand how grateful you are to be here. They'll pull one of those, like, you know how grateful you should be. Honestly, I hope they do pull it, though. I mean, he's from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. So, hey, we signed you for like wasn't like $5,000.
Probably like $3.
You had to try out in the dark with like car headlights so you could see the play.
I think that might have been Ronel Blanco, but honestly, all these stories sound exactly the same.
They all got signed for a ham sandwich.
Yes,
and,
pretty much.
and are grateful. Yeah, I mean, Framber going to be 32 at the start of next season.
I hate the you know what, you're saying all the right things to talk me out of it, but is it worth the overpay considering some of the guys that you have overpaid over the last couple of years? It's hard to find a lefty like that. I do think there's a very good chance that by the end of the year, Hunter Brown is your ace. Now, I know his last outing, not so great.
He's working on stuff.
Yeah, of course, he probably said that.
Anytime anyone's bad in spring training, hey, he's working. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to say that anymore until.
Yeah, that's it. This was it.
Damn it. Maybe some rehab starts.
Saturday, if he had thrown 15 balls and 12 strikes at a certain point in his performance on Saturday, but, and perhaps this was a glitch, but per Chan Larome, either the radar gun at the ballpark is a little hot, or Hunter Brown just threw 103 miles per hour in his final Grapefruit League start. You decide.
I don't think he threw 103 miles per hour. 103 is so fast.
I mean, if he threw 103 miles per hour, ace immediately.
But he only did it once. That's the thing.
No. That's enough. That's enough. You can hit 103. That's enough. It's over. Hashtag Diesel.
Okay.
I want to believe that so bad, but I also haven't taken that with a grain of salt. I think it probably is the Seltzer ballpark radar gun is a little hot. It's a little hot.